Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Golden Goal Show. Welcome to Season 5, Episode 26. I hope you're all having a lovely day after some beautiful football that was this past weekend and week. Oh my god, the Champions League was back. Breaking backs, if you know what I don't know what I mean, but I want to say Mbappe was breaking some backs, making dribblers around defenders, and it was crazy. That's what I meant exactly. Well, everybody, welcome watching to the show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, TikTok, Instagram Reels, everything. Watch us on your hand, because your hand is actually a signal from Luis Diaz, who gives you a nice fade. You didn't know that? Look it up. Jesus, you didn't know that well. Well, everybody, let me first introduce you to my guests on the show. First, it is a Manchester United fan. His name is Drew. How are you doing, mister?
Doing very good. Thank you for having me on the show, host.
Of course, mate. And also introducing our next guest on the show. His name is Rigogo, who's a fan of Roma and Juventus. How are you? Muito bueno.
I'm good, chef. How are you, chef?
Yes, chef. Good chef. You freaking donkey. What are you? What are you, Rigogo? I have my hand between your face.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that.
Okay, you're not an idiot sandwich. You're smart. Good job. Okay. Next guest on the show, he's a fan of Atletico Madrid. Yikes. Mr. Paulinho, how are you? And it's okay. This is therapy for you.
Could be better.
Honestly, I like that. It's a good answer. It's subtle. Good. And also, last but not least, he's a Bayern fan. Not Bayern Leverkusen, because they are absolutely swamp booty. It is a fan of Bayern München, Mr. Typical German guy. How are you, mate?
I'm doing great, host. How about you?
I don't like conflict. Okay, well, everybody, welcome watching the show. Let us first go on to our first segment of the show, which is indeed the breaking news, where we talk about the top breaking news in football. So, yes, the first breaking news is indeed about Belgium #1 quits over Thibaut Courtois return and claims many players disagree with Real Madrid's man's comeback. Don't call it a comeback. That's, I think, who says that? Justin Bieber? Sure. Oh, well, everybody. Con Castiles. How do you say this guy's name? Castiles? They call it Castiles. I think it's Castiles. I'm going to go with Castiles. So Con Castiles, who assumed the role as the Red Devils #1 after Courtois refused to play, has now withdrawn himself from the selection from his country upcoming Nations League matches. So Real Madrid's Courtois is considered by many as the best goalkeeper on the planet, and Belgium were left hamstrung for all of 2024, including European Championships, as he refused to play. In a bombshell interview in 2023, his former Chelsea man attacked manager Domenico Tedesco for picking Kevin De Bruyne over him as a captain, and then on his 100th appearance, giving fellow vice-captain Romelu Lukaku the armband. Tedesco was sacked in January amid a 5-game winless run and the small of Euro 2024 campaign, and Courtois has since announced that he's available to play after discussions with the new coach Rudi Garcia. Responding to Madrid's man's announcement on that's a mid podcast, love that. Casillas, who is currently playing in Saudi for Al Qadesh after a 9-year stint at Wolfsburg, went on the attack. He said this: "First of all, I strange that Courtois has decided to return on his own, and I find it strange that in the federation, I have changed its mind as well. For me, we are all equal. No player is above the team. That was the case at the beginning, but now the federation has rolled on the red carpet for him." Why do I make him sound Russian? "I recently heard him say that Tedesco's dismal shows that he was right. For me, that shows a little sense of guilt." And then Courtois announced his return on multiple podcasts as well too. And yeah, so basically Casteels did drop getting out of the Belgium squad just because, Belgium rolled a red carpet for him. And I mean, I guess like probable things I have to say about this is that Casteels, he played in Saudi. Courtois is playing for Real Madrid. And I get that, he got butthurt, Courtois, after being sacked after the manager was sacked, and then he wasn't chosen captain. He's like, "No, I don't want to play anymore. I don't like this game." And yeah, So I get Castillo's point and I don't get it at times, but it is what it is. Well, yeah. Mr. Drew, 1 or 2 words about Courtois and Castillo's beef. Arby's.
Immature.
I like that. Straight to the point. Okay, Mr. Polino, 1 or 2 words about Castillo's and Courtois' little scuffle.
Drama queens.
I like a queen. And then Rigogo, 1 or 2 words about Mr. Courtois and Castillo's little hissy fit.
Courtois washed.
Oh, damn. Wow. Okay, interesting. JK. Typical German guy. 1 or 2 words about the little Courtois Castillo biting back.
Typical Belgian prima donnas.
Madonna. Good artist. Shout out to her. Well, okay. That was that breaking news. On to the next one. So, next breaking news is indeed about Mr. Lego Man. Mikel Arteta walks out of interview as Arsenal boss refuses to answer questions in awkward moments. So, I'm going to go ahead and just show you the video after this, but that's because the Gunners boss made a noticeably early exit from an interview when asked if his side were too far behind the leaders, Liverpool, following Arsenal's draw at Manchester United. Arteta saw his side claim an odd point, only 1 point, at Old Trafford as Declan Rice's substantious strike cancelled out Bruno Fernandes' sublime opener. So a point wasn't enough, though, with the leaders Liverpool now ahead 15 points. Whew. Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and play the little interview because I thought it was absolute jokes. I'm sure maybe one of you two maybe saw the interview as well too, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you. Everybody, this is the interview with Mikel Arteta. Crazy, look at this, hear this.
And do you regret not signing a striker in January? Perhaps that extra player? No, it's not about that?
No, it's not about that.
Okay, Miguel, one more. I have to ask you about the title race because it's 15 points now. Is it too much? Right.
He said, nope. Yes, okay. Yeah, but basically, Mikel Arteta had that little thing saying that, no, he doesn't want to talk about that little stint that he has. They're 15 points behind Liverpool, and I think already everybody knows like the league is a little done and dusted. But hey, everybody has an opinion, and you never know that it could be not done and dusted. So you never know. Okay, Mr. Drew, 1 or 2 words about Mikel Arteta running away.
He knows he's cooked.
Facts.com. Mr. Rigogo, 1 or 2 words about Mikel Arteta doing a little skedaddle.
Honestly, same.
Okay. Yes, we all walk away sometimes. It's fine. Mr. Paulino, 1 or 2 words about Mikel Arteta doing a little. I don't know what that word was, but it's fine.
No.
That was good. Okay, got that. Thank you, mate. Mr. Typical German guy, 1 or 2 words about Mikel Arteta just going away.
The kings of bottling.
Damn. A good bottle, though. A good bottle. Okay, on to the next breaking news. So, the next breaking news, I know, Drew, you're going to like this one, is about the Manchester United Stadium coming out with stunning images as a 100,000-seater arena to be replaced the Old Trafford in £2 billion project. Oh my God. So, United's minority owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, has been driving force behind creating a Wembley of the North. Ooh, cool words. The project is expected to cost £2 billion, and Ratcliffe is secured government backing to regenerate the area around United's current Old Trafford home. So United's plans of the building a new stadium received a major boost in January when the proposal received backing of the government. It is estimated that the red development of Trafford Park area could boost the UK economy by as much as £7.3 billion. Ooh, but yes, there's a lot that's going to go into this, and I'm sure we'll talk about this more once it gets built. But yes, it has a little umbrella design with this is like the horns of the. Thank you, mate. And yeah, it's 100,000 seats. That's I mean, I'm sure they can sell that out because there's tons and tons of Manchester United fans. But wow, just absolutely huge. And yes, the memes have been coming out of this one. Yeah. But yes, I mean, you can make your own assumption about this. I don't think it's too bad. I get the whole circus type thing. If it was completely like not see-through, it would have been a big thing, but this isn't too bad. It could be worse, but it could be better. But hey, who am I to judge? It's cool. Why not? Mr. Drew, 1 or 2 words about this stadium.
It's looking very promising.
Okay. I like that. Paulinho, 1 or 2 words about the new Manchester United 100,000 seat stadium. It's kind of big. You never know. It's very cool. You never know. Okay, I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. Mr. Rico, 1 or 2 words about this lovely big stadium.
Questionable priority.
Okay, got that. And Mr. Typical German guy, 1 or 2 words about this stadium.
Wasted space.
Fantastic. Nothing much I expected from you. Okay, lovely stuff. Let us go on to the next breaking news. So, the next breaking news is indeed about Liverpool, and unseen footage shows Mohamed Salah was only Liverpool player to not console Darwin Núñez after a penalty miss. So, the Uruguayan was one of the 2 Reds players to see their spot kick saved by the PSG goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma in the round of 16 shootout defeat at Anfield. On his slot side suffered heartbreak at the hands of the French champions in Europe, who overturned 1-0 defeat in the first leg to advance into the quarterfinals. So yes, and after Núñez missed the shot, and his teammate Curtis Jones failed to score from 12 yards, Desiree Dua converted the 4 to score the spot kicks for PSG. And yes, the footage is circulating on social media shows the devastated striker being consoled by captain Virgil van Dijk as he trudges back to the halfway line. The rest of the Liverpool players quickly follow, all stepping towards Núñez to offer his support. That is with the exception of Salah, who can be seen standing away from the rest of his teammates with his hands on his hips, Shakira. So yeah, interesting stuff. I mean, yeah, Mohamed Salah was like crying in tears after the elimination and just utterly disappointed. So yeah, interesting. Mr. Drew, I'm sure you have so much consoling to do for Liverpool. You got 1 or 2 words for this?
Basic Scouser toxicity.
Love that. Okay. What about you, Mr. Rigogo? 1 or 2 words about Salah ignoring the absolute GOAT of Liverpool?
I think that's sportsmanship.
Yes, agreed. That was very serious. A typical German guy. 1 or 2 words about Salah and Darwizi. Sad times. Very sad times.
Angry.
Oh, I like that. And then Mr. Paulinho, do you got 1 or 2 words about the Salah and Darwizi ignoring each other? It's a breakup.
Angry at himself.
Damn. Okay, facts.com. Okay, lovely stuff. On to the next breaking.
Núñez costed Salah the Ballon d'Or. That's why.
Honestly.
Curtis Jones.
Oh yes, and yes, thank you, mate. On to the next breaking news. And yes, Paulinho, you like this. So, next breaking news is indeed about Atletico Madrid, and Julian Alvarez penalty controversial could spark UEFA rule change after Atletico Madrid exit to Real Madrid. So, Real Madrid prevailed on penalties after a 2-legged tie, with Atletico Madrid finished 2-2 on aggregate after extra time. And yes, the shootout was ultimately decided by a cruel twist of fate for Atletico striker Julian Alvarez, who converted his spot kick but did so illegally. Alvarez stepped before making contact with the ball, and replays show that Argentinian touched it twice as he fell. I mean, it was itsy bitsy, but the rules are rules. The Real Madrid players immediately protested before VAR, saying, "Give me penalty, please, referee." The referee Simeon Markinak to disallow the penalty, and according to IFAB, the rules of the game law 14.1 covers penalties, states the kicker must not play the ball again until it has touched another player. And yes, interesting. Very interesting. And yeah, in a statement, UEFA confirmed that it would look at the rules, and it read, Atletico Madrid inquired with UEFA over the incident, which led to a disallowance of the kick from penalty mark taken by Julian Alvarez at the end of the match yesterday. And although the minimal The player made contact with the ball using his standing foot before kicking it, as shown in the attached video clip. And under the law, the referee simulated the goal to be disallowed. UEFA will enter discussions with FIFA and IFAB to determine whether the rule should be reviewed in the cases where the double touch is clearly unintentional. Yes, so more rule changes. I cannot wait. I mean, yeah, from my point of view, he did touch it twice, yes, and it was very minimal, yes, but the rules. I hate to see it, and yeah, it's just tough. Julian Alvarez, maybe just get some bigger cleats next time. Okay, Mr. Drew, wanted to words about possible rule change for this UEFA?
Harsh.
Yes, very harsh. Mr. Rigogo, wanted to words about Julian Alvarez and the possible rule change? English.
Harsh but legit.
Okay, harsh but legit. Interesting. Mr. Typical German guy, wanted to words about this possible rule change in Julian Alvarez.
Game's gone soft.
I love that. Thank you, Sean Dice. And then Paulinho, last but not least, the Atletico Madrid fan, one or two words about this possible rule change that may happen in the future.
A few more than a couple. I did see on, I think 2019, I want to say, there was a game, and I can't remember what the rule was, but they decided that the rule was misapplied, and they replayed the game from like the 96th minute or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I did see there was a lawyer and a few referees that recommended that Atletico try to go legal on this and see if they can get the penalty shootout replayed or something.
Actually, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
I would like to see
They
that.
recommended they do that. I mean, I doubt it'd happen, but it would have to happen pretty soon, right? Because the draw is going to be, I don't know when the draw is for the quarters, but
It
would
already
have to do
happened.
that pretty soon. Oh, okay.
It's bracketed.
Oh wait, right.
Yeah.
Okay,
bracket.
then they could do it anytime before the quarters. Then
They can make so much money. They should just go to Saudi or Qatar and just have the
they
match.
could make a
over there.
lot of money off of it,
Yes.
but I doubt it'll happen.
Okay, cheers, mate. All right, well, on to the last breaking news of the show. So, the last breaking news is indeed about Real Sociedad player blocked from entering the UK and won't face Manchester United in Europa League. Ooh, so United host the La Liga side Old Trafford on Thursday night in the second leg of Europa League. In the last 16 clash, it already did happen. With a 1-1 aggregate score, both sides remain in contention for the place in the quarterfinals of the Europa second-tier competition. However, Real Sociedad are without Russia international Zakarian, as he hasn't been able to travel to the UK for the match. And according to Spanish outlets, as quoted by The Sun, the 21-year-old was in Paris on Wednesday night, waiting for his visa to be cleared. But Zakarian has received necessary documents to travel and is said to be returning to Spain because he is not eligible. Oof. Okay. Well, that's kind of sad, honestly, but I'm sure he was excited for that match too. But I don't know if he's was going to be a crucial person in their fight. But I mean, the game already did happen, and I don't know if much could have changed it. But it is what it is. Okay, Mr. Drew, one or two words about Mr. What's his name again? Zakarian being blocked from the UK.
No comment.
Okay, love that. Mr. Rigogo, one or two words about this Brexit means Brexit?
Speaking from experience, check your documents next time.
Yes, Mr. Rigogo did get turned away at the airport. We all cry for you, mate. We all cry for you. I am crying right now. And then Mr. Typical German guy, one or two words about this lovely little news for this Real Sociedad man?
Absolute rubbish, but still unprepared.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then last but not least, Paulinho, one or two words about this lad not being able to visit the UK and visit some nice fish and chippy shops. Everybody loved.
Unfortunate. I mean, you never know what could have happened, but he did score in their last game.
Too bad fish and chippies. Well, everybody, that was indeed the breaking news of the show this week. And let us now go on to the top 5 leagues of Europe. And first is indeed the Premier League. So yes, this is the English league that is happening in England. Can't you believe this is in England? But that's amazing. Well, everybody, let us get into it. So yes, the first place right now in the Premier League is Liverpool. That was interesting. Second place is Arsenal. Third place is Nottingham Forest. Fourth place is Chelsea FC. Fifth place is Manchester City. Sixth place is Newcastle. Down the table, 18th place is Ipswich Town. 19th place is Leicester City. And 20th place is Southampton. Oh my god, they are going down so down. It's going down, down, like that one Fall Out Boy song. It's a good song though. Well, the top goal scorers right now for the Premier League is indeed first, Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian, with 27 goals for Liverpool. Second is Erling Haaland, the Norwegian Scousborn lad, with 20 goals for Manchester City. And third is Alexander Isak, the Swedish man, with 19 goals for Newcastle. Match day 28, let's get into it. So the first match was Nottingham Forest and Manchester City. And yes, it was 1-0 for Nottingham Forest, beating out Manchester City. What a great win for Nottingham Forest and keeping up their Champions League place in third place. Next match was Liverpool and Southampton. It was 3-1 for Liverpool. Kind of expected, honestly. And yes, Liverpool didn't play all the first team starters, but Southampton did have a chance for a bit, but now it's Liverpool. Currently 15 points ahead, so it's mad. All right, on to the next match. So it was Crystal Palace and Ipswich Town. This was in South London, and yes, Crystal Palace won 1-0. Good for them, and currently in a nice little 11th place. Next match was Brighton and Fulham. It was 2-1 for Brighton. Good win ahead, and yeah, not too shabby from them. They're in 7th place. Next match was Brentford and Aston Villa. It was 0-1 for Aston Villa, with the Villains beating Brentford in London. And yes, Villa currently in 8th place, not as bad as usual. Next match was Wolves and Everton. And yes, 1-1. This was indeed in Liverpool. And yeah, a tie. It's decent for Everton, decent for Wolves, but Wolves need to pick it up. They might get relegated. You never know. Next match was Tottenham and Bournemouth. A great match here. This was in London. And yes, 2-2. And yeah, decent results. I believe Bournemouth was winning 2-0, and then Tottenham came back to tie it up. If someone wants to correct me, I believe that's correct. But yeah, I mean, not the best result for Tottenham, not the best result for Bournemouth, especially Bournemouth's been doing decent this season, and Tottenham 13th place right now. Whoa, shocking. Next match was Chelsea and Leicester City. Honestly, Leicester had the bits that could have ruined this game for Chelsea, but Chelsea dominated, and Leicester's just absolutely looking rubbish the past couple of games. I don't know, it's the past couple of games, this past season, honestly. It's kind of sad to see, but yeah, Chelsea 1-0. And yeah, decent for them, currently 4th place. Next match was Manchester United and Arsenal. I would have to say, good result for Manchester United. I mean, both teams could have taken this win, but great result for Manchester United, at least right now. I mean, sure, they would have loved the win, but if it wasn't for Mr. Decky Ricey. But yeah, it's a draw. It's a draw. Manchester United currently 14th place and Arsenal 2nd place, but I don't see them catching up. I mean, you never know. You never know. Last match of the match, yes, is West Ham United and Newcastle. 0-1 for Newcastle in London. And yes, Newcastle currently in a nice 6th place, working their way up. So you never know. Okay, well, lovely stuff. I guess I can ask first, Mr. Drew. 1 or 2 words about this Manchester United. I mean, you can say more than 1 or 2 words, but Manchester United, Arsenal. Your thoughts, concerns, prayers, anything?
It was a good performance from United against Arsenal on Sunday. Credit to David Raya for becoming prime David De Gea in the second half. Making up for Bruno Fernandez's free kick. I don't know what that defensive line was doing to set up for that free kick, and David Raya thought he was 6'5", or Donnarumma for that free kick. So, but I mean, United should have won the game. We had our chances. Rasmus almost could have got his goal in the last couple of minutes, and Declan Rice can hit the comma and shush the crowd all he wants. I mean, that just makes Arsenal look even worse, and even Pro Club doing that. So
hey, they're gonna get the medal for 2nd place. Just wait.
Yeah, I honestly kind of low key see it as a win-win.
Nice.
But yeah, should have come away with 3 points that game.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but I feel like Hoyland's been watching a lot of Nicholas Jackson highlights. Can you agree on that?
100%.
Yep. Okay, lovely stuff. Anybody else watch any of the Premier League this past weekend? Any other matches? Rigogo?
No, but I think Man City's probably gonna come back and be like third.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
you never know.
all it takes is for Holland to get like a software update and he'll start scoring again, like 5
True.
or 6 goals a game.
True. He's currently on iOS like 3, but he has to go to 16 really fast. So you never know what can happen. It's true. Did happen to watch a couple of other matches as well too. Chelsea as well too. I already talked about that. I already gave my thoughts about that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So yeah. Okay. I will just ask the rest of the people here. Paulinho, who do you think right now is the best player in the Premier League? Just if you could, you've been hearing Premier League, I'm sure, on the show. Who do you think currently is the best Premier League player?
On form or just in general? I would say
in form.
form, Salah.
Okay, fair enough. Mr. Rigogo, what about you, mate? Best currently form player, Premier League?
I show speed.
Damn, got that. Love that. Typical German guy.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
In form, I would have to agree with Salah.
Okay, fair. Typical German guy. What about you, mate? Best in form player?
Egyptian King.
Okay, wow, shout out. Andrew, who are you gonna say? Bruno Fernandes?
I would honestly say Alexander Isak.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna say that's outfield because I mean I agree. That's spot on. I was gonna say either it was Isak or Salah, and I could throw in Bruno Fernandes in that conversation because he's single-handedly keeping United afloat right now. So that's kind of a bit of sarcasm thrown in there. But
where the hell would United be without Fernandes? That's the question.
I don't know. And as much as people don't like him, he is absolute class. He's absolute class. It's that Portuguese genes. Right? Okay, well, everybody, that was indeed the Premier League. And now let's go on to the next league, which is indeed La Liga. And this is the Spanish league. So yes, currently in La Liga, first place is indeed Barcelona. Second place is Real Madrid. Third is Atletico Madrid. Fourth is Athletic Bilbao. Fifth is Villarreal. And sixth is Real Betis with the GOAT. Down the table, 18th place is Alvarez. 19th place is Las Palmas. 20th place is Valladolid going down. Oh my gosh, they're going down. Currently, the top goal scorers for La Liga at the moment is first, Robert Lewandowski, the Polish man, with 21 goals for Barcelona. Second is Kylian Mbappe. I'm going to press the button because I have a problem. There we go, I feel better. With 18 goals for Real Madrid. And third is Ante Budimir, the Croatian, with 14 goals for Osasuna. Match week 27, let's get into it. So, first match was Celta Vigo and Leganes. 2-1 for Celta Vigo. Currently, 9th place, moving up the table. Not too bad. That was auto-tune. Next is Alaves and Villarreal. 1-0 for Alaves, and a red card for Alaves being naughty, but they did win that as well too, and hoping to work their way out of relegation. 18th place. Next match was Valencia and Valladolid. 2-1 for Valencia, and yes, they are trying to avoid relegation. Yeah, so 2-1 for them. Next match was Barcelona and Osasuna. This is currently postponed. And yes, does anybody know why this match was postponed? Does, I don't know, if Paulinho, if you know this one, or Rigogo, you know this one, or anybody knows why it was being postponed?
I think one of the doctors for the team.
Yes!
Or one of the doctors for Barcelona passed away.
Yes, yeah. So they postponed it because one of the doctors did indeed pass away for Barcelona. So yeah, I mean, rest in peace to the guy. Okay, next match, Getafe and Atletico Madrid. We'll talk about this in a second, but 2-1 for Getafe. And a red card for Atletico Madrid being naughty. Yikes, not been the best week for Atleti fans. And yeah, Getafe going up to a nice little 12th place. Next match, Real Madrid and Real Vallecano. 2-1 for Real Madrid, picking up the points when they need it. They are tied currently with Barcelona, and also they are a game ahead though. So don't know, never know. Next is Athletic Bilbao 1 against Mallorca 1. So 1-1 right there. Tie. Yeah, decent result, I guess, for both teams, both in a decent position. Next match was Real Betis and Las Palmas, with Aura FC winning this one 1-0. So Real Betis winning 1-0, and a red card for Las Palmas being naughty. Real Betis currently in 6th place, not too shabby. Next match was Real Sociedad and Sevilla, 0-1 for Sevilla, and 10th place, not too shabby. Last match, Espanyol and Girona 1-1. Not much happening here, but yes, good. All right, well, I guess I can ask first, Mr. Paulinho, Atletico Madrid Getafe. What happened? Let's talk about it. I pulled out my chair. I have my notebook out. Let's talk about it.
I mean, they both played. Well, I wouldn't say Atletico played defensively. Getafe obviously sat back and played super defensively, but Atletico just couldn't create anything. And then took the lead, and Correa made one of the stupidest challenges of the year, if not the stupidest. Long ball back to their center back, who's about to boot it out of play inside his own half. And he's alone back there, too. He could have made a mistake and popped it up or something, because it's Janae. But, yeah, he goes and studs up after the ball's gone.
Ooh.
And 89th minute. And then they take a free kick. They score off the free kick. Header, and then they head it down and they get a tap in pretty much off a deflection, and then they score a deflected goal from like 30 yards out right after that. So could cost the title charge. Yeah, damn. It's very close right now. 57, 56. Oof. And he said something to the referee too. So he's banned for 4 or 5 games now, I want to say. Who said something? Correa, after he got sent off. Oh, do you think it was deserved, the send-off? Probably, yeah. Okay, fair. It was a really stupid foul. I mean, they don't give him a lot of the time. They don't give him a lot of the time as red cards. But I don't know. I think they're under La Liga gives softer red cards than most other leagues. So I think most of the other teams that would be the same. We know that with the whole Jude Bellingham incident, so makes sense. Okay. Yeah, he should have said it in English. Yes, he should have said that in English. True. Okay. Well, that was the Atletico Madrid. Anybody watch any other matches here? Real Madrid, possibly. Anybody watch Anthony in Real Betis? If not, then hey, it's okay. I guess I can ask right now, who is the best? Who's your favorite player that's ever graced the La Liga? I can ask first. Mr. Drew, your favorite player to ever grace La Liga?
My favorite player to ever grace La Liga, like, are we just saying like in all the periods of La Liga?
Yes, correct.
Well, I mean, it's obvious, Lionel Messi.
Okay, love that. Okay, Mr. Rigogo, favorite player to ever grace the Premier League? No, JK, the La Liga.
I don't know who this Lionel Messi guy is, but he sounds washed.
Damn.
I think, my favorite player to ever grace La Liga is Gavi. Like, I've always loved him ever since
I
start. Yeah.
Wait, I'm thinking about all time. Like, compared to Iniesta, Xavi, you're putting Gavi?
Yeah. Just because I like him a lot more.
Okay. Hey, I'm not going to say anything about that. C's class. So, all right. We still got more to come. Mr. Typical German guy, what about you? Best favorite player to ever grace La Liga?
The magician, Ronaldinho.
Okay. Fair enough. And last but not least, Paulinho, favorite player to ever grace La Liga, and I can probably guess this. You could guess it. Antoine Griezmann. Correct. Yes. But what's yours, host? David Villa. Oh, yeah, you told me. Yep. Favorite player. You told the world. Yes, he was my first ever. 7 of them. Thank you, the world. This is 7 people. Okay, well, that was indeed La Liga. Let us now move on to the next league, which is indeed the Bundesliga. This is the German league, the Bundesliga. So yes, first place in the Bundesliga currently is Bayern München. Second place is Bayern Leverkusen. Third place is Mainz. Fourth place is Eintracht Frankfurt. Fifth place is SC Heidelberg. Sixth place is RB Leipzig. Down the table, 16th place is Bochum. 17th place is Holstein Kiel. And 18th place is Heidenheim, going down again. Sad times. All right, well, the top goal scorers for Bundesliga at the moment is Harry Kane, the Englishman, with 21 goals for Bayern Munich. And as he would say, thank you guys very much. I love this one very much. But yes, thank you, Harry Kane. Second is indeed Patrick Schick, the Czechia striker, with 16 goals for Bayern Leverkusen. And third is indeed still the Premier League player, Omar Mamouche, with 15 goals for Eintracht Frankfurt. Will anybody ever come to be Omar Mamouche in third place? Can really hope so. All right, well, match day 25, let's get into it. So first match was indeed Borussia Mönchengladbach and Mainz. So yes, in Borussia winning 3-1, Mainz winning away. And yes, currently in third place. Mainz is absolutely on fire this season currently. So hey, good for them. Shout out to them. Next match was Wolfsburg and FC St. Pauli. 1-1 right here, and not the best result for Wolfsburg. But yes, good for St. Pauli. Crucial. Next match was Bayern München and Bochum. 2-3 in the Allianz Arena. And a red card for Bayern München being naughty. Yes, Bochum winning away. Wow. I mean, 16th place Bochum, that's just tough. But yeah, I mean, Bayern, they currently have quite a big lead, but you never know. It's games like this that you probably need to win a match. So, but I'm saying you never know. Next match, Holstein Kiel and Stuttgart 2-2. A decent game here, and a red card for Stuttgart being naughty. It looks like a lot of the relegation side just had a little upset against the top sides. So hey, fair for them. Next match was Dortmund and Augsburg. And yes, water is wet, the sun is bright. Dortmund loses again in the Bundesliga fight. Damn it, I messed that up. But yes, it was a rhyming. IMJZ. Awesome. But yes, Dortmund 0-1 in Borussia as well too. For Augsburg currently in a nice little 11th place. Next match was Bayern Leverkusen and Werder Bremen. 0-2 for Werder Bremen. Oh my god, another upset. So yes, 0-2 for Werder Bremen in Bayern Leverkusen's home ground. So wow, good for them. And Leverkusen dropping crucial points again. Next match was Freiburg and Leipzig 0-0. Not much happening. We move on. Next match, Eintracht Frankfurt and Union Berlin. 1-2 for Union Berlin. I love my life. And yes, Union Berlin upsetting Frankfurt as well too. A lot of upsets, I said, in the Bundesliga this weekend. Crucial points. Next match, Hoffenheim and Heidenheim. 1-1 as well too here. And yes, not much happening here. Okay, Mr. Typical German guy, I will ask you first, mate. What happened?
What happened?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, truthfully speaking, it's really not that surprising. I don't know what it is about teams at the bottom of the table, but Bayern just seems to struggle sometimes against them. I think it has a lot more to do with the fact that, you know, compared to some of the other clubs in Bundesliga, a lot of the lower level or lower tier teams will kind of set up in a low block. And the problem with Bayern is that if they concede first and the other team is allowed to sit back and absorb pressure and counter on them, particularly if they have speed on the wings at all, where they can just play a quick long ball over the top, it's really not that surprising that Bayern has a number of vulnerabilities, particularly in the back, as we've discussed before. And truthfully, it's really just a microcosm of the problems that you see when they play more talented sides. Because the reality is that if we had a better back four like we had back in the day that was consistent and solid and had plenty of recovery speed, or at least had a midfielder that was able to recover quickly, I don't think they would struggle as much as they do sometimes. But the harsh reality is when you have a pairing in the back of, Upamecano and Kim, it's just there's not a lot of speed there. And so it's just at some point or another, one or two things is going to happen. A ball's going to get played over the top and they're going to get lucky and somehow manage to recover. Or they're going to end up in a situation where you have a CDM trying to run back to catch up to people and ultimately ends up, getting sent off at some point. So it's unfortunate that it happened. I mean, it's definitely a bit of a setback, but, it is what it is. And hopefully hopefully they can take advantage of the next time that Leverkusen has a loss. But we'll see. Maybe they were just too focused on their Champions League match later in the cycle. So we'll have to see how the rest of the season progresses.
Thank you for your patronage.
Okay, well said, mate. Okay, well, that was indeed the nice little Bayern Munich spiel. Anybody watch any other Bundesliga? I know I did watch Eintracht Frankfurt, and it was kind of disappointing. But yes, that is what it is, and that's how life goes on. But yeah, I guess I will ask everybody right now. So a next little question about the Bundesliga. I guess I can ask a nice little who is currently your tier like underdog to win? Okay, sorry, I won't say underdog, but who do you think is the most underrated team currently in the Bundesliga? I will ask first, Mr. Drew. Most underrated team in your opinion?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really pay too much attention to the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
But I'll say. I mean, look at Mainz, bro. They're literally in third place. You don't see a team like that in the top 4, so I'll just go with Mainz.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'm just asking people based on like you listening the past couple of weeks and just seeing that teams rise and fall. So yeah, fair. Mr. Rigo, go. What about you? Underrated team currently in Bundesliga?
Well, I'm not sure if they're actually like really underrated, but Leipzig.
Okay.
Leipzig.
Yeah.
They got a pretty decent squad, and like they could step it up a little more in the coming season. So you never know.
You never know. It's true. Okay, Mr. Paulinho, who's your current underrated team in the Bundesliga? I know it's.
I wouldn't necessarily call them overall underrated, but I feel like Werder Bremen can beat anybody.
Really? Why do you think?
I mean, they have a few players that sometimes just pull out results for them, like Marvin Duksch. And they lost Fulkrug, and he just completely stepped up for them. He used to be their support striker, score like 5 goals a season, and now he's become a double-digit goal striker, and his overall play is just very good.
Okay, fair enough. What about you, Mr. Typical German guy? Underrated team in the Bundesliga? I'm sure you watch this a lot, so I wonder who you have to say to be interesting. I mean, at least on my side, I'm going to say Mainz, but that's because, I don't know, they've upset a couple of my teams, but it is what it is. That is life. That is how life goes. Okay, well, on to the next little nice league, and that is indeed the Mitsumi Serie League, so the Italian league. Mario, Luigi, funny joke. So yes, first place in Serie A currently is first Inter Milano. And yes, second is indeed Napoli. Third place is Atalanta. And fourth place is Juventus. Fifth place is Lazio. And sixth place is Bologna. Down the table, 18th place is Empoli. 19th place is Venezia. And 20th place is Monza. Not looking good. So yes, very nice. The top goal scorers for Serie A at the moment is indeed Matteo Bretteghi, the Argentine, with 22 goals for Atalanta. Second is Moise Kean, the Italian, with 15 goals for Fiorentina. And third is Adamala Lukman with 13 goals for Atalanta. Shout out to him. Match day 28, let's get into it. So first match was Cagliari and Genoa. 1-2-1. And yeah, decent result, yes. Next match was Como and Venezia. Yeah, recent result. That's cool. Como should have probably won that, but it is what it is. Next match, Parma and Torino. 2-2. Everybody loves being so nice and getting 1 point each. Next match, Les and AC Milano. 2-3. With AC Milano finally doing okay and winning a match. So yes, good for them. Winning away. And yeah, currently AC Milano is indeed in 9th place. And they're working their way up. Next match was Inter Milano and Monza. Oh, this was a great game. 3-2 for Inter Milano in Milano. So yes, Monza put up a great fight, honestly, but Inter Milano, they're just strong right now. 61 points, 1 point ahead of Napoli. Next match was Empoli and Roma, with Roma winning away in Empoli 1-0. And yeah, decent result for Roma. Currently in 7th place, working their way up. Next match was Atalanta and Juventus. This was in Turin in Juventus' stadium. 0-4. Atalanta battering Juventus. Felt like it was watching a U17 side play like a first division team. So we'll talk about that in a second, and we'll get into Rigogo's therapy. Next match was Lazio and Udinese. 1-1. Not the best result for Lazio, but hey, decent result for Udinese. All right. Where to start? I guess I can just go ahead and ask Rigo. I know you did watch this. I watched this at the same time as well too. Cake, just go ahead, lay it all off. This is therapy. I'll get my chair out and my pen.
Well, I went to the gym that day, so.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah. I don't even know where to start. To be honest, I don't even know where to start. It looked like they never knew how to fucking play. Or they never knew how to play.
It's okay, we get it.
Okay. How do you start? Let me start with missed passes. No accuracy in the passes at all. Defense, non-existent. Like, what are we doing? Where, like I said multiple times, where in the back? Why do we still have him? Why? I don't understand. They started Yildiz and they started Nico Gonzalez and Colomwani, which I thought was going to be good until they started misplacing passes. Colomwani, I can't blame him because he never got a ball, or he got like 1 or 2. He always had to drop down to like start to play or like, try to get a touch on the ball. Other than that, he really didn't get anything. You can't expect him to perform the way he was performing when he doesn't get any sort of connection with the team. I mean, the team itself didn't actually have any connections at all. Then they subbed in Vlahovic, and he tried a little more. He did get like a couple touches, but again, it's like he had to drop down to the middle to get the ball and then play it up, or just like a touch and go, and then hopefully hope for the best. Di Gregorio, he's a good keep. I don't understand what's happening. I think their loss from the Coppa Italia is just shaking them. Gatti, he's experienced. He should know better. He wasn't playing well. The one I actually did see trying was McKennie. McKennie actually played pretty decent, I want to say. Like, at least he was trying a little more. Same thing with Kevin Durham. But overall, the team looks like they don't know how to play. They didn't know how to play. They didn't know how to connect any passes, any defense. Atlanta was just running around them, just pass and go. It's like,
maybe they should just switch to another sport like cricket or something.
And they probably should. I probably should too. No, but I do have to give credit to Atlanta. Lookman, phenomenal player. Retegui, insane. Juan Cuadrado, he played for Juventus.
Yep.
He played pretty well for Atlanta. Zapacosta, pretty good. Everybody themselves were pretty. The whole team of Atlanta, I think, did 100 times better than Juventus. And I know Juventus can perform. They've done it before. I just don't understand why they were just that bad. It's like Sunday League here, or like Co-ed League here. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. Sadness all around.
I agree.
But I did see the Roma game, and Matias Sule, he used to be a Juventus player. I don't know why we sold him, to be honest. I don't even know why we sold him, because we barely even played him.
Money.
But he ended up scoring a goal in the first minute, and it was a banger. It was like, okay. And then I'm pretty happy that they're performing. They're performing pretty well. They unfortunately got knocked out today. But it was a good run. They did pretty well. And then Bilbao is just a solid team overall too, so you can't really blame them for losing to Bilbao like that. It was really close. Yeah, that's my little therapy with Juventus. And then AC Milan. Who's clutching it, man? Gotta give a shout out to him. Pretty
Oof.
pretty good player.
Who?
I don't.
Your favorite player, Martinez?
No, Pulisic.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. Martinez, don't even talk to me about Martinez. Oh, but Pulisic definitely carried the team. He did pretty well. Santi Jimenez, pretty good. Yunus Musa did pretty well.
Yeah.
Theo Hernandez, he shook off the little
Taylor Swift.
he shook off the little bad performance he's been having, so he started playing pretty well again. And yeah, overall, Juventus, I think they're just gonna finish top 4, hopefully top 4, because I think the other matches should be a little easier for them.
Yeah, you can only hope so. You'd say that, but then again, they'll go ahead and lose 4-0.
So let me see what they play. Before I say anything, let me see what they play next. Fiorentina, which.
You never know.
Yeah, that's a yikes. And then Genoa, and then Roma. Oh, Roma's gonna be. Okay, well, maybe top 5. Maybe.
Turn into a car.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Hope for the best.
Hope
That's
for the
my
best.
2 cents for Juventus.
Okay, thank you, mate. If anybody has anything they want to say about Serie A, watch any Serie A matches, and if not, I can go ahead and ask everybody. I will go ahead and start with Drew. Who is your favorite Italian striker of all time? It's a good question. Thank you.
Oh man, too many.
Oh yeah.
I'll go with Alessandro Del Piero.
Okay, sure. Nice, fair. It's a good choice. Mr. Rigogo, are you going to copy Mr. Drew answers?
Well,
oh,
he was the main reason I started watching Juventus when I was younger. Back in my prime days.
Okay, fair enough. Is that your answer?
But no, I want to say Dybala, Paulo Dybala.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I get it. Okay, Mr. Typical German guy, what about you, mate? Favorite Serie A striker of all time?
Baggio. Was he technically a striker or no? Or was he midfield?
He played false nine sometimes.
10.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just go with Baggio.
Okay, fair. And of course, last but not least, Paulinho. What about you, mate? Favorite Italian striker of all time?
Italian or Serie A?
Oh, Serie A, my bad.
Oh, Serie A. I was gonna say Immobile for Italian. I'll leave it at that. There's too many choices for Serie A.
He's a pretty good striker, yeah.
No, that's fair. Fair shout. Love that. Okay, lovely. Well, that was indeed Serie A. Moving on to the next league, which is indeed the Ligue 1, the French league. The Dembele is looking at me like he wants to eat my snack. Doritos. Yes, that's what I meant. All right. First place in Ligue 1 is indeed first Paris Saint-Germain. They are very ahead. Second is Marseille. Third place is Nice. Fourth place is Monaco. Fifth place is Lille. Sixth place is Lyon. And down the table, 16th place is L'Albi. 17th place is Saint-Etienne. And 18th place is Montpellier. They are struggling so hard. I'm so sad. Okay, well, the top goal scorers for Ligue 1 at the moment is first Ousmane Dembele with 20 goals for PSG. Good for him. Second is Mason Greenwood with 15 goals for Marseille, battering it up there. And third is Jonathan David with 14 goals for Lille, running through a six with his woes. Canadian joke. Match 25, let's get into it. So, first, it was Deleuze in Monaco, 1-1. Not much happening, not the best result for Monaco, but yes, moving on. Next match was Rennes and PSG, 1-4 for PSG, battering Rennes at the home. And yes, if anybody's really good at math, how many points is this ahead? This is 16 points ahead. Wow, look at me. I am a calculator. Yes, PSG, battering. Next is Lille and Montpellier, 1-0 for Lille. And yes, I did watch this. Sad times for Montpellier at the moment. Sad times. Next match was Marseille and Lens, 0-1 for Lens, winning away in Marseille. And yes, good result for Lens, currently pushing him up to 8th place. Next match, Brest and Angers, 2-0 for Brest. And yes, finally Brest keeping themselves upright. 2-0 for them. Good. Next match was Nantes and Strasbourg, 0-1 for Strasbourg. And yeah, decent result for them. Away as well too. So moving up to 7th place. Next match, L'Albi and Saint-Etienne. That was a great one. 1-1. And yes, Not the best result for both sides, but the LV will take that. Next match was Reim and Ariel. 0-2 for Ariel, and yes, currently doing good for a newly promoted side in 11th place. 2-0 for them. Next match was Nice and Lyon. 0-2 for Lyon. Away as well to Nice. So yes, not the best result for Nice with wanting to compete for Champions League, but hey, good for Lyon, moving the way up. Okay, well, that was indeed Ligue 1, and I don't know if we have anything we want to say about Ligue 1, so let us move on to the next league, indeed, which is the MLS and Saudi Pro League with Messi and Ronaldo, because that is what gets the clicks and views. So yes, MLS currently first place is Philadelphia Union, second place is Inter Miami, third place is Columbus Crew, and fourth place is Cincinnati. Down the table, last place, I guess we can just talk about the Toronto and Montreal. Damn, the Canadians be down bad. Currently, the top goal scorers for the MLS in the Western Conference, I believe this is Ty Baribo for Philadelphia Union with 6 goals. Hey, shout out to him. Next is indeed actually tied for second place right now for top goal scorers is Andres Dreyer and Christian Benteke with 3 goals each, 1 for San Diego and 1 for DC United. Yeah, good for them. Okay, next is indeed the Saudi Pro League, and yes, let me hand it off to my rep of the show for the Saudi Pro League, and I'm going to press this button.
USA, greatest country in the world.
Love that. Okay, well, yes, on to my rep.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Haley. Party time. I don't know. Well, yeah, Saudi Pro League. That's what I do. First place is Al Ittihad. Second place is Al Hilal. Hello, Adam. You know what I mean? Third place is Al Qayadesh. Yeah. Fourth place is Al Asad. Fifth place is Al Ali Saudi. Down the table, 16th place is Al Raid. 20th place is Al Akhdud. And 18th place is Al Raida. Oh, they're not doing good. Please help them. Someone help them. Alright, first place is indeed the top goal scorers for Saudi Pro League is first Cristiano Ronaldo for 18 goals for Officer. Opposite ahead is a Sui, because that's what it does. Duh. Second is Hamdallah with 17 goals for Al Shabab. Yes, good for him. Such a class man. Third is indeed Ivan Toney with 16 goals for Al Ali Saudi. What a man. I'd bet on him to score, if you know what I mean, huh? Well, everybody, that was indeed the Saudi Pro League. And yes, it has been, I have been your person and the voice of the show.
Now I'm a minion. Can't you believe that? I am Bob. Okay, enough of this.
Okay, well, everybody, that was indeed the lovely, lovely Saudi Pro League. And now let us go on to the next one, which is indeed the Champions League. You know the song, it's great. But yes, Champions League did indeed happen, and now we are on to the quarterfinals. But let's talk about it. What happened? So, PSV played Arsenal, Real Madrid played Atletico Madrid, PSG played Liverpool, Club Brugge played Aston Villa, Benfica played Barcelona, BVB played Lille, not Dortmund, they are not good. Bayern München played Bayer Leverkusen, and Feyenoord played Inter Milan. What happened in the second legs? Let's just go ahead and say. So, yes, round of 16, the leg 2 out of 2 happened, and yes, first match was Barcelona Benfica, 3-1 for Barcelona. Kind of expected this, sadly, but I mean, you'd expect some things. It was close in the first tie, but now aggregate is 4-1 for Barcelona going on through. Next match was Inter Milan and Feyenoord, and yes, 2-1 for Inter Milan. Didn't really try that much, but Feyenoord did have a goal, but in the end, 4-1 aggregate for Inter Milan moving on. Next match, this match was Brazy, Liverpool, PSG. Oh my god, what a match. It was 0-1 for PSG. With them scoring, Dembele scoring. And yes, going on to extra time, then going on to penalties. It was 1-4 for PSG with Gianluigi Donnarumma doing absolutely great stuff for PSG, and wow. Yeah, but yes, PSG won that on penalties, and yes, they did go through. Liverpool out. This was in Anfield as well, Liverpool. Sad. Next match was Bayern Leverkusen and Bayern Munich. You would think, after a 3-goal deficit, Leverkusen would get their home crowd to do something. 0-2 for Bayern Munich, and I would say that Bayern Leverkusen fought, but it was pretty sad. It was very sad. But yes, 5-0 on aggregate for Bayern Munich going on. Definitely a strong side. Okay, next match was Lille and Dortmund, 1-2 for Dortmund winning away against Lille. And controversial. We can talk about this one in a second. Was it deserved penalty or not? But yeah, we'll talk about it. It was 2-3 for Dortmund winning on aggregate going on. Next match was Aston Villa and Club Brugge. And yes, 3-0 for Aston Villa battering Brugge in the Aston Villa Arena. And yeah, red card for Brugge being naughty. Yeah, 6-1 on aggregate for Aston Villa. Great win for them. Next match was Arsenal and PSV. Sorry. It was 2-2. A decent result for PSV, but yeah, 7-1 in the first leg. Not much you can do after that. I get why everybody was flustered, but yes, a decent result for PSV. I know Arsenal was definitely deflated by this tie. I mean, the players were kind of saddened by this, but they won 9-3 on aggregate, so fair enough. Next match was indeed the Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, the Madrid derby here, and it was indeed 1-0 for Atletico Madrid. And yes, good goal for Conor Gallagher in the little bit startings of the match. And yes, it was 2-2 on aggregate, but then they went to extra time, then to penalties, where Real Madrid won it 4-2. And yes, it was that Julian Alvarez double touch that did disallow a goal in the penalties, and from then, I mean, it was good. I mean, then what's his name, Mr. Oblak made a great save against Asensio, I believe that's his name, and then, or Lucas Vasquez, was it Vasquez? I believe Paulinho, I believe it was Vasquez, I believe, and then Marcus Llorente for Atletico Madrid missing he was doing a crossbar salad, love that crossbar challenge for the sidemen. So yep, very sad. I mean, it's 4-2 on penalties. Real Madrid won, and they are on through. The top goal scorers right now for Champions League is indeed first Rafinha with 11 goals, second Gurasi with 10 goals, again tied. Second is Harry Kane with 10 goals, and fourth Lewandowski with 9 goals for Barcelona, and then fifth is Haaland for Man City with 8, and then Alvarez 7 with Atletico Madrid. Okay. So much here. I guess I will ask first for a person that is in this competition. I don't know anybody else can relate. Mourinho, you 1 or 2 words about this Atletico Madrid match. I didn't think Atletico Madrid did too bad in this, but I'm sure you have other opinions that could say something else about this. But
how did I feel about the game? They played pretty well. I mean, I think Simeone got the starting lineup right. Gallagher was pretty good for the whole game, and then Reynaldo also played a great game. Like first leg, our left side was our major weakness, and I think Simeone got it spot on this time. Reynaldo did so well against Rodrigo. Pretty much locked him up the entire game. And once he got subbed off for Brahim Diaz, and once Lucas Vasquez got subbed on, they brought on Lino, which I think that's the right thing to do, because Lucas Vasquez is not good 1v1, and Lino is just better than him in every way. So I think he did a good job there. Real Madrid, I mean, they dominated most of the ball, but they didn't really have that many chances aside from the penalty. Atletico probably should have put 2 or 3 more away. And you could probably say Real Madrid probably could have they could have put the penalty at least away too. And maybe one other. But yeah, I mean, you don't bury your chances, and you end up paying for them, because I think Correa had one where he could have shot at the end. He tried to square it, and Asensio made a really good defensive play. And then Correa also had one like the 92nd right before the game ended, where he turned. He had Julian Alvarez open in the middle, and he rushed and shot it instead. And who knows if the ball would have come to him nicely, because it was at a tough angle to pass it, or not a tough angle. It was at a tough height to pass it. And maybe it arrives to him late, or maybe it gets to him at a bad height. But it probably was a better decision at the end of the day. And then Sorlot, he had a few good chances too, and just didn't put them away either.
I mean, we talked about the Julian Alvarez penalty. What was your thoughts going in your mind when that happened? Did you know right away it was going to be out, or?
I've seen a few that have been kind of let go of, a few double touch penalties. But I think that was pre-VAR era, and I haven't really seen one in the VAR era before. So it kind of caught me off guard. But once Oblak saved it, I thought we were in a good spot again. And Llorente, maybe he wasn't the right guy to take it. I don't know. But yeah, Llorente didn't bury his penalty. And that ended up costing the game, along with the double tap. But yeah, I mean, I think obviously when they made the rule, it wasn't intended for double touch penalties like that. Obviously they meant you can't touch it and then touch it again, kick it forward and then finish it. So I think they'll reconstruct the rule, but I don't think they'll replay the penalty shootout. But yeah, the defense was really, really good all game. They completely locked up Vinicius, Rodrigo, and Mbappe all game, aside from the penalty that Mbappe got.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Thank you. Does anybody have any other? I'm sure someone can pick a game and talk about it. So, Rigo, you want to say anything? I saw you muted.
Regarding the Atleti game, I honestly think they should have won that. That penalty, I keep seeing retakes on it, or different angles of it, and yes, he did double touch it. The rule might change just because a slip is honestly unintentional. It's not like you can control your slip. If you slip, you slip.
Yep.
Oh yeah, just get good. No. I think they are gonna rewrite that rule, or probably put a little fix to that or something. Regarding that game, I honestly did think Atletico was gonna win. I was hoping they would win. Madrid had more ball possession and everything, but I think Atletico I think they're an overall more solid team, more well-rounded team that definitely could have taken it. That last minute Correa shot, he should have just squared it to Alvarez. I think Alvarez had a better angle at the shot.
Yeah.
Regarding penalties, Ancelotti didn't pick Endrick. He picked Rudiger, and that guy's class. That guy's hilarious.
The run he made at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. He's funny. He's a funny guy. You really can't hate him because he's playing. He's having fun. He's a solid defender, so that was pretty good. Yeah. Other than that, I think Atletico just deserved the win. It's unfortunate. Football is like that sometimes. So unfortunately, a mistake can cost you the game.
True. Sad but true. Okay. Let me go ahead and ask the Bayern fan here. What a tough game. It was hard for you. I'm sure you were crying in your car, Mr. Typical German guy. Anything you want to say about Bayern in this match?
I have to say I was very surprised at the ease in which Bayern passed Leverkusen in this round, especially because of the struggles they had earlier in the season as well as in the Pokal. So I don't really know if it was a good tune-up game, if you will, to set up for quarters and everything. I mean, they're playing Inter, which they had success with, of course, before, but we'll have to see what happens. I mean, because the thing is, last time they played Inter was in group stages. What was that? I think that was last year, if I'm not mistaken. It was either last year or the year before that. Anyway, and group stage games are just so different, right? Because sometimes teams are still working out, kinks in the lineup, and it's still early in the season. But now they're having to go up against much more fits and well-drilled Inter side than they would have previously. So, we'll see what happens. I still think I'm still in somewhat of shock that Leverkusen just sort of rolled over and let Bayern kind of have their way with them. It's very strange to me, but hopefully in the quarters Bayern can continue to play well. I don't know if they really have the talented consistency to win it all this year per se, but quarterfinals under a coach that we didn't really know much about or didn't really feel was qualified for the position is pretty good, honestly. So hopefully things continue to progress well.
Fair.
And hopefully we're not going to continue to be cursed by Kane again.
Can only hope so. I'm just kidding. Okay. Anybody, Drew, you have any games you want to talk about here?
I thought Barcelona had a really solid performance. Rafinha, not a surprise, putting up another Ballon d'Or performance while Salah doesn't.
True.
Had to get that out there. But yeah, Barcelona are still my favorites to win the competition.
Fair. Okay. Okay. Well, if anybody doesn't have anything else you want to say,
I was going to say,
go ahead.
PSG, Liverpool.
Yeah, it was.
Brother.
Yeah.
That mistake at the back from Liverpool, honestly, what are they doing?
Laughable.
Well, let me tell you something. I kid you not, the moment that Darwin stepped up to take the pen, I looked over at my mother and I said, he's going to miss this.
Oh, I knew.
Right as I said that is when Donnarumma saved it. I just knew it. And the thing is, that really changed the whole course of the penalty shootout. I think if he had scored that, things might have been a little bit different. But also the reality is all those PSG pens were class. Every single one of them. From the very first to the very last.
The first one was a little iffy.
Okay, Vitinha's
was class.
No, Vitinha's was cold, man. I mean, he just walks up and side foots it past Allison. I mean, it was just that was as cold as you can get. Other than maybe doing like a Panenka over him.
Yeah, fair.
So, Darwin he didn't look confident walking up. I already knew right away. As soon as he walked up, I was like, yeah, he's not gonna score that. Unfortunately, that's how it is.
True.
And then Nuno Mendes locking down Salah. True.
It's true.
He's such a good player. I've said it before, and I think after Mbappe left PSG, they were gonna be a better team. And this is, I mean, they've worked for they've worked for the team. The project has been projecting.
So, love that.
Yeah. So yeah,
PSG really went from Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar to Barcola, Ousmane Dembele, and Kvaratskhelia. Tell me which one is the upgrade. Yeah, you already know.
We already know. Even though they did spend some money for it, and also I'm gonna give shout out to the two Portuguese, Vitinha and he's not Portuguese, Vitinha and Neves. But
yeah, they're solid players. I mean, PSG is a pretty solid team now. They're pretty frightful to go up against.
Yes. I was going to ask this, everybody. That Dortmund penalty they got, was it deserved? Was it not deserved? I don't know if anybody saw it. Okay, got you. Just wanted to get someone's... I
mean, all I can say is Lille got robbed. They were the better team in that fixture.
Agreed. I just want to make sure I'm not biased. Okay, love it.
Not deserved. Right. It was the wind blowing and he fell.
I know. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay, well, that did happen, and now the quarterfinals. It's going to be Arsenal versus Real Madrid. Next is going to be PSG versus Aston Villa. You're going to get Barcelona versus Dortmund. And then you're going to get Bayern versus Inter Milan. I mean, I hate to say, but you can already kind of tell by the favorites with Madrid, PSG, Barca, and actually Bayern Munich and Inter. That could be a toss up to everyone. But I would love to see John McGinn just absolutely piss off every PSG player. That's honestly, that's just what I want to see. But yeah, I guess I will ask people, since we did this last time. No, I'm not going to ask this because we already talked about this. Never mind. I spoke too soon. All right, well, that was indeed the Champions League. Let's move on to the next league, which is indeed Europa League. So, Europa League. Who did play? AZ Alkmaar versus Tottenham, Ajax versus Frankfurt, Bodo Glimt versus Olympiacos, Victoria Plzen in Lazio. Easy game for Lazio, obviously. Fenerbahce and Rangers, Roma and Athletic Bilbao, Steaua Bucharest and Lyon, and Real Sociedad and Manchester United. So yes, the first legs already played, but the second legs happened. Let's get into it. So the round of 16, leg 2 out of 2 was Olympiacos and Bodo Glimt 2-1 for Olympiacos, and a red card for them being Naughty, which means Olympiacos goes through the Greek side. So hey, shout out to, just kidding, got you guys. Indeed, it is Bodo Glimt who go on 2-4, even though Olympiacos did win this. What is Bodo Glimt? Are they from Denmark or Norway? I believe it's Denmark, but no, is it Norway? I believe it might be Norway. If someone can correct me, that'd be perfect.
I think they're Norwegian.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, because I think they're one of the only sides in the Arctic Circle, which is crazy. But hey, they have a great home field advantage. All right, next match was indeed Athletic Bilbao and Roma. Sorry, exaggerating. 3-1 for Athletic Bilbao in their home stadium, and Roma with a red card being naughty as well too, which means 4-3 for Athletic Bilbao going on through. So yes, great win for them. Great win for them. Someone is not happy in this show. Next match indeed was Lazio and Victoria Plzen, and yes, it was Lazio and Victoria Plzen 1-1, and yes, it was 3-2 for Lazio. I don't know why I thought Victoria Plzen won, but yes, Lazio did carry this victory, and yeah, shout out to Victoria Plzen. Next match was Eintracht Frankfurt and Ajax. Oh my god, 4-1 for Eintracht Frankfurt today in Frankfurt as well too, and yeah, it was battering for Ajax. They just did not look like a great team at all, and yes, 6-2 for Eintracht Frankfurt in the aggregate. So yeah, good for Eintracht Frankfurt. It's going to be exciting. Next was Lyon and Steaua Bucharest. This was in France for Lyon. 4-0 for Lyon, just battering Steaua. Yeah, 7-1 for Lyon. Not much chance for the Romanian side. Next match was Tottenham and AZ Alkmaar. And yes, this was actually a kind of a close game, but it was 3-1 for Tottenham in London. And yes, 3-2 on aggregate for Tottenham. And yes, close call, I have to say so myself, with the Dutch side losing it out. But yes, never know. Tottenham can still get a trophy. Yeah. Okay. Next match, Rangers and Fenerbahce. Jose Mourinho going up against Rangers. It was 2-0 for Fenerbahce, winning that match, but that tied it up 3-3 on aggregate, and they went to extra time. Then they went to penalties. 3-2 with the Rangers winning on penalties, and who else but the first miss of the Rangers penalty squad? It was Hadji, if you don't know, one of the Romanian legends. But yes, he did miss, but Rangers did go ahead and win on penalties. And yes, Rangers is such a great side, and I'm really happy that they went on through. So yeah, shout out to them. Next match, last but not least, was Manchester United and Real Sociedad. 4-1 for the Mancunians, absolutely battering Real Sociedad in Manchester. 4-1. And yeah, red card for Real Sociedad being naughty. And on aggregate, it was 5-2 for Manchester United. And yes, yeah, they really turned it on. Bruno Fernandes did get a hat-trick as well too. What a class act of him carrying the team on his back. Fair enough, but okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say Roma first. Mr. Rigo, just give a don't say too much about it, but just let me hear what you got to say.
I'm proud of Roma. Honestly, I really am.
Really?
They played they could have played a lot better. They have been playing a lot better. I mean, Bilbao was just a solid team, like I said before. But in short, I'm proud of Roma. I think they could have played a little better, but I'm not disappointed. Honestly, they gave it their all.
Okay, great. Who scored for Roma today?
Paredes, penalty.
Oh, okay, fair. Dude, honestly, Inaki Williams, and I know, Bolino, you're going to give a big shout out to Inaki Williams. He did great for Athletic Bilbao today. Oof.
Are you talking about Inaki or Nico?
The guy with the really cool hair.
Pretty good.
I mean,
Nico?
yeah, they both did.
Nico.
Yeah.
Nico.
Oh, was it? Okay, there's JK.
Yeah.
The Williams brothers did great today. I'll say that.
But we could go see him
We could.
in Bilbao.
Yes, very true. Okay. Nice stuff. The Eintracht Frankfurt match. I mean, Götze, bringing back his old age, that he can do still great things, and Ekatike and a couple of the youngsters on Eintracht Frankfurt. It's nice to see them doing decent. So hey, happy for them. Very happy for them. Anybody else want to say anything about any of the matches here at all?
Can I say that Jose Mourinho is class? Did you see his interview?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, pure class. Just want to shout out to Jose Mourinho for still being the special one.
Yep, especially lost. Especially. Okay, well, lovely stuff. The top goal scorers right now for Europa League, I might say, is Hull for 7 goals for Bodo Glimt, and then El Kabi with 7 goals for Olympiacos, and then Samu with 6 goals for Porto, Varga with 6 goals for Ferencváros, they're out, Fofana with 6 goals for Lyon, and Osimhen with 6 goals for Galatasaray. Yeah, okay, well, that was indeed Europa League, and currently, the Europa League, it is AZ Alkmaar versus... JK, they're out. But it is Tottenham versus Eintracht Frankfurt in the next round. Ooh, I'm excited for that one. Then it's Bodo Glimt versus Lazio, and ooh, this could be a great matchup. I'm excited for this one. And then it is Rangers versus Athletic Bilbao. Ooh, yeah. And then Lyon versus Manchester United. That's going to be a interesting one as well too. So, okay. Interesting stuff. Now, let's move on to the next league, which is indeed the Europa Conference League. And yes, Real Betis, Victoria played Jagiellonia and Cercle Bruges, Celje and Lugano, and Panathinaikos and Fiorentina, Copenhagen, Chelsea, Mulde, Legia Warszawa, Pafos and Djurgården, and Borak and Rapid. It did happen. And yes, first match was indeed Djurgården and Pafos 3-0 for Djurgården, coming back after 1-0 loss. And yeah, 3-1 for them on aggregate, and decent for them. Don't call it a comeback. That's cringe. All right, next match was Lugano and Celje. This went to penalties. And yes, it was 5-4 in this match. Go watch the highlights for this match because it was absolutely insane. And oh my god, I have so much to say about this. It's so very nice. But yes, 5-4, which made it 5-5 on aggregate, and a red card for Lugano being naughty. But then 1-3 for Celje, winning it on penalties. And yes, great for Celje, moving on. Next match was Rapid Wien and Borak, and 2-1 for Rapid Wien, which means 3-2 on aggregate for Rapid Wien going on ahead. Good job for the Austrian side. Next match was Cercle Bruges and Jagiellonia. 2-0 for Cercle Bruges, but that wasn't enough to beat out Jagiellonia. And I believe the Jagiellonia there are from either Czech Republic or Slovenia or Slovakia. So correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Next match, Legia Warszawa and Mulde. 2-0 for Legia Warszawa. Shout out to them. 4-3 on aggregate for them too. They needed those 2 goals greatly. And yes, red card for Mulde being naughty. And yeah, 4-3 for them going on. Good for them. Next was indeed Chelsea and Copenhagen. Not the best result for Chelsea. Copenhagen, they could have had some chances to score, but Chelsea, dominance, honestly, dominance. And yeah, 3-1 on aggregate for Chelsea. And I believe who scored in this match was Kevin Dewsbury Hall. Yes, Enzo Maresca's Leicester City man. Next match was Fiorentina and Panathinaikos. It was 3-1 for Fiorentina, and a red card for Panathinaikos being naughty. And yes, on aggregates, 5-4 for Fiorentina. They just got ahead. So yeah, shout out to them. They pulled it off. Next match was Vitória and Real Betis. 0-4 for Real Betis battering. Oh my god, Vitória at their home stadium. It was 2-6 for Real Betis on aggregates. Yes, Anthony did great things. He has an absolute goat. Okay, the top goal scorers for Europa Conference League is currently Palulu with 8 goals for Jagiellonia. Second is Marcus Gay. He hasn't even played in the past couple of games with 6 goals for Chelsea. Second again is Gabius with 6 goals for Celje. Fourth again, Kenny for Shamrock Rovers. He's 5 goals. And then Bujo, 5 goals for SK Rapid. And then Petrovic with 5 goals for TSC. Okay, anybody want to say anything about Europa Conference League? I don't know if we have anything you want to say, but hey, cool. I love it. Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to the GOAT, Anthony, for being the GOAT.
Yes, I love
and
that.
And Fiorentina is solid. I think they're going to go... They might go to semis. Finals.
Maybe fine. Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah. I think they're a pretty solid team. Moise Keane is a pretty solid player, and he's in the swarm right now, so you never know.
Oh, yeah, fair. Okay, lovely stuff. Now let us move on to the Conference League bracket right now is currently the quarterfinals. Real Betis versus, I believe this is Jagiellonia, and then it is, oh my god, I'm gonna butcher these names completely. It is this team right here. It is what is that team? Who is that team right there? What is that team? Hubi Lugano. Oh my gosh, I feel embarrassed right now. Oh, Celje. Yeah, Celje. Versus Fiorentina. Ooh. Cool.
Come on.
Sorry, my bad. Chelsea versus Legia Warszawa. Oh, shout out to Legia Warszawa. And then last but not least, it is indeed, I know these names. It is that team that is so cool. Jaguarigan versus Rapid Wien. Yes, love that. Yeah, interesting stuff. Never know who could happen. All right, well, that was indeed the Europa Conference League. Now, moving on to the next lovely segment, which is indeed the football memes of the week, brought to you by Rival Bantas, where we discuss the amazing football memes that have circulated this week. I love this zone. This is Anthony, who's our mascot. Let's get into it. So, the first meme is indeed about Liverpool and PSG, and yes, how... This basically says it was Liverpool 1 versus PSG 1, and yes, they barely scored in 12th minute, but you didn't see the last goal with Vinicius Jr. scoring a penalty in the 90 plus 1,446 minutes, with Vinicius Jr.'s penalty finally landing in Anfield Arena to score. So hey, great job for Vinicius Jr. Happy for him. And the caption says blood done sent his penalty to Anfield. Yeah, that penalty was absolutely drastic. Vinicius, mate, I don't know what you're doing, mate. I don't know what you're doing.
Did you see that he still showed like the badge after that? Or
yep.
would that be... Yeah, oh my gosh, dude.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Cannot be my goat, Anthony.
No, never. He's the best. All right, well, next meme. It shows a picture of Desiree Doué and Rogers. I forgot his name. Rogers from Aston Villa. But yeah, Desiree Doué, PSG, and something Rogers from Aston Villa. And the caption says, the Cole Palmer celebration has made it to the UCL twice before Cole Palmer could do it. Oh, I love this. But actually, this is actually Rogers' celebration at first. So, hey, whatever. Next and last meme of the week by Anthony looking amazing is indeed about the lovely Ramadan holiday. I mean, period, sorry. But yes, the caption shows Konate doing a nice Ramadan prayer. And the caption says, Ramadan Konate gifting Ramadan Dembele a Champions League goal. Mashallah, such a beautiful ummah. So yes, shout out to all the Ramadan viewers out there. And shout out to Konate just doing his brother amazing things. So yes, thank you. Well, everybody, that was indeed the football memes of the week. And now let us get into our next segment and final segment of the show, which I absolutely love and adore. But it is indeed the Golden Goal Show football quiz. Yes, it's gonna be a great show where we talk about football questions. So yes, let's get into the questions.
Hi, everyone and everybody to the Golden Goal Show football quiz. Aye, Suey. The guests will answer a series of football-related questions to test their Alpha, Beta, Sigma knowledge in football. So whoever has the most correct questions answered by the end of the quiz wins an all-inclusive tropical cruise with Big Benzema. Oh no. JKLOL Stinky, you get a crisp high five. Good luck, lads.
Yes, I am excited. I am a man with a plan.
Good luck.
Okay, well, everybody, this quiz this week is going to be about the Serie A. So yes, let's get into it. So,
Wait, okay.
the first question, yes, is indeed about Serie A. No shit. Okay. Well, yes. Which club has won the most Serie A titles? Is it A, Juventus, B, Torino, C, AC Milan, or D, Inter Milan? You have 10 seconds. Most Serie A titles.
I want to say Juventus.
Juventus.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to say, guys.
High five.
Got it
Wait,
correct.
if we get this. Oh,
Yeah,
I was about to say if I get this wrong.
Smacked you in the butt. But yes, Juventus did indeed win the most Serie A titles. Number 2. When was the last time AC Milan won the Scudetto? Was it in 2022, 2003, 2004, or 2005? Last Scudetto for AC Milan. 10 seconds. Was it 02, 03, 04, or 05?
Wait, what is Scudetto again?
Their title.
The title.
Oh, it should be 2021 then, or 2022. 2022.
It's 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005.
How old is this quiz?
Held Paulinho, don't
Give me a 405 then.
Okay. What are you going to say?
03.
Okay. Paulina, what did you say, mate?
Well, I would change it to 0304, but I'm taking 05.
Okay. Well, Mr.
False
Serie A.
question, by the way.
Shh. My love. Correct. But Rigo, I'm proud of you, mate. You got it. You're correct too.
High five.
Proud of you.
Damn.
What was the answer?
It was 2004.
Oh, besides 2021.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's the last time AC Milan. So yeah, they won in 2022, but the last time they won. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, good job, guys. All right, so who is the next question? It is 0-0, or actually it was 1-1. Who is a former Juventus and Italian international player? Is it Rossi, Del Piero, Serie, or Capello? You have 10 seconds. This is going to be so hard, guys. Oh my god.
Say it again.
Rossi.
Former Juventus and Italian international player.
But the answers.
Oh, Rossi, Del Piero, Serie, or Capello?
Oh, Del Piero.
Yeah.
Del Piero. Well, yeah.
The correct answer is indeed.
If you say Rossi, I'm gonna go to your place and give you a crisp high five. Okay.
It's a correct. Good job, guys. 2-2. You're so smart. Very smart, guys. Okay. Next question is indeed about Serie A. Crazy. Which team lifted the Serie A title in 2005? Inter Milan, Juventus, AC Milan, or nobody, because nobody won. You have 10 seconds. Who won in 2005? Inter Milan, Juventus, AC Milan, nobody.
Like officially, or let's see. Are you talking about 0405?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, give me Inter.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I want to say Juventus, but I'm gonna say AC Milan.
It's Inter or nobody.
Incorrect for both of you.
Was it actually Juventus? I'm gonna cry.
The answer is nobody. That's right. Juventus was stripped of the crown after the Calciopoli scandal.
Oh,
That was that year too? I thought it
That
was
was
05,
that
06,
year.
06, 07.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a sound to my feelings right now.
that's
Same.
a yikes right
And
there,
the
buddy.
schools.
Okay. Last question of the quiz.
And every week that I play with Growing Pains.
Growing pans?
Growing Pains.
Oh, yes. Our team. Yes, lovely. Okay. Which of the following teams has won more Italian titles? Roma, Genoa, Bologna, or Torino? You have 10 seconds. Roma, Genoa, Bologna, Torino.
I'm not going to do whatever you do, Riga.
Well, I was gonna say Bologna.
Oh, okay. Shoot, wait, what was it? It was
My answer is Bologna.
Genoa and Torino were the others, right?
Roma, Genoa, Bologna, Torino.
And this is all time. Okay, give me. Give me Torino.
Okay. Well, we have a winner.
Wait.
That's for you, Rico. That's for you, Paulinho. Just kidding. We don't have a winner. Okay. On to the next
Genoa.
one. I trolled you. No, it was at Genoa.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay. Last question. Again, how many league titles did Paolo Maldini win in his career? 7, 6, 5, or 4? You have 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, or 4?
6.
5.
Okay. Well, I can confirm one of you did win it. So, winner of the Golden Goal Show football quiz is buddy, because you guys are wrong again. All right, on to the next question.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Wait, what was the correct answer?
We're keeping viewer retention.
I love that, guys. Thank you so much. I love my sleep schedule. Which of these players has scored more goals in Serie A? Is it Bastuta, Baggio, Totti, or Rossi? Who scored the most goals out of all these players? You have 10 seconds. Bastuta, Baggio, Totti, or Rossi?
Which Rossi?
Paolo Rossi.
Ooh, give me Batistuta.
Okay.
Totti. I'm gonna say Totti.
Okay, not my dog. Well, we do winner of this. I feel like you're doing this on purpose. The answer is Roberto Baggio.
Okay, I could have said Baggio. I was thinking about saying Baggio, but I was like, no, maybe Totti.
Okay.
And for Snowy.
Who was the top scorer in Serie A last year? Was it A, Zlatan Ibrahimovic? And actually, this isn't fair because I don't know when this was. How many Irish players have played in Serie A? Is it 0, 1, 2, or 3? You have 10 seconds. 0, 1, 2, or 3. Rodrigo?
2.
The winner.
Did I get it right? Please tell me I got it right.
Of the show. Rodrigo, you got corrected as 2.
Are you serious?
It is, yes. Liam Brady for Juventus Inter Milan in Ascoli and Robbie Keane for Inter Milan. Thank you.
Forgot about
sir.
Oh my god.
Yes,
How
sir.
can I forget
I
about
want to thank my dog Paolo.
Yeah. How do you feel about your win, mate?
Well, I want to dedicate this to my dog Paolo. He gave me all the answers. He's a pretty solid defender.
Fantastic.
And then shout out to Growing Pains because my pain grows every day.
It seems stinks.
A little bit.
Oh, no, thank you, Chef. Thank you.
Anytime, mate. Well, everybody, that was indeed the show. And yes, thank you, everybody, for watching this lovely, lovely show here on a nice time. We had a great time. But yes, Mr. Rigo, congratulations on winning, mate. Happy for you. Very happy for you. I'm
Thank
sending
you,
you on a trip to Mexico to get a tattoo on my honor.
On your well, thank you. Is this like really recent? Because I happened to get a ticket in the mail today.
You're welcome. Anytime. Mr. Paulinho, mate.
Right now.
Thank you for joining the show and being on for therapy for Atletico Madrid.
Thank you for having me. I feel like I want to kill myself.
That's fantastic. Sorry? Everybody, we all give Paulinho hugs and kisses. But everybody, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share it. Without sharing it, how else are you going to know that Mbappe is a slithery man? Yes. Thank you for watching everywhere. And as we say, the show in 3, 2, 1. One.
Love.
Football.
Football.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.
See you.